Hey everyone, so it's the first day of the new year. I forgot to take my tablet this morning. So I was quite surprised actually because my blood pressure wasn't too bad. I took it around 2:30 today. But anyway, I took it once I remembered. Sometimes you can't forget to take that tablet because it's very important. But one of the things that I do for immigrants who are coming into Canada, they don't like you to speak up in this country. So people are quite surprised. They say I've been successful, not to my family and me. This is not success. Not having steady employment, not having your own property, your own car, not earning over $70,000 a year. This is not success. But the people I've mentored and the people that I helped, including at Teleperformance, that were employees, they liked me. And so they asked me, how did you become successful? So I told them, well, when I first came into the country, one of the things I did was I retrained to Canada's standards. I didn't wait. Nobody believed in me. Nobody helped me. The companies didn't help me. They didn't help me with any money towards my education, towards my retraining, getting my HR qualifications. I had no support. But I went to Rotman. I got my HR diploma from Rotman. And then I wrote the exams for the HR certification. I got that. And then I just took whatever contracts I could. I registered with employment agencies and I took whatever contracts I could and I applied my knowledge in those jobs on the contracts. The other thing I did is I didn't talk when I went into the workplace, because what I noticed with the Canadians, when you talk, when you speak up about your ideas, how to improve things, what matters to employees, what is going to make things better, they shut you down. They either shut you down or they terminate your contract. So I told them, don't talk. They said, what? I said, yeah, don't talk. If you want to be successful in your job, don't talk. Just do what they're telling you to do and pretend like you're dumb. Like you're the dumbest person on earth, like you don't know anything. So that they can treat you like they are there. They are the big shots. They're there to coach you. They're there to guide you. They're there to help you. Don't give them any of your ideas. Don't say anything. They're like, is that how it is here? I said, try it. Try it and see. Speak up and see what kind of a reception you receive. And then even the girls that came here from India, from Africa, they're like, yeah, these people don't like it when you speak up and when you bring your ideas forward or when you tell them how things are in other countries. I said, so you see, even at Teleperformance, the Indian girls were pushing to take their cell phones onto the floor. I said to them, they're not going to allow you. They have a command and control culture here. They're like, why? We worked at Teleperformance in India. We can take our cell phones on the floor. So I told the operations manager. She said, oh, well, we had a breach. Some people took their cell phones on and then they released to the public private information. I said, yeah, but you're going to take that risk anyway. I said, I worked in banking. We kept our bags with us. We kept our cell phones with us. I was working with the executive. It's ridiculous. It's like you're living in the dark ages in the contact center. You can't even take a pen with you onto the floor. So that's what I tell people. When you come here, like even if you watch how they treated Dr. Chakwera when he went on his trips overseas, that's how they treat us. They treat you like they're stupid. But when it's for them, when it's for the whites, when it's for the people that have been born here, then they get the royal treatment. They get all the positions in the church, they get the positions, the top jobs, they get everything. So that's what I would suggest. Like if you're coming to me for mentoring, you're coming to me for spiritual direction, that's what I would tell you. When I went to Regis College, it was different. It's not the way it is now. It's very different there now. I don't know, maybe it will change now that Father Michael is back, Michael Kalachik. But I was myself there. I spoke up. I brought my ideas forward. I helped to implement things. I worked with Sister Kathleen McAlpin. I worked with Maureen MacDonald. I worked with some of the Jesuits, and I helped to bring my own retreats forward. I helped to create them. I designed them. I implemented them. You can't do that here. You can't do that in the workplace, and especially not in the church. And they don't do Bible study the way we do Bible study in Africa. So in Africa, and also in Europe, in Ireland, in Wales, in Scotland, in England, when you do Bible study, you all bring your Bibles and you all sit together, you read that Bible scripture, and then each one says what touched them, what moved them in that Bible story. What did they feel God was speaking to them about in that Bible passage? And that's how we did it at Regis College. That's not how they do it in the parishes. In the parishes, it's a lecture. So you all go, you sit there, and then they lecture you on what it is. It's like listening to a homily. They lecture you. They tell you about what the popes wrote about, what the traditions are, how those things happened. That's not how we do Bible study. So you have to adjust to that also. So there's a lot of cultural differences, but that's how I did it, and that's how I became successful. And when you're in a company and you're in a permanent job, if they eliminate your position, just take whatever else they're offering you. Because once they terminate you, even like a temporary layoff, it's very hard to get anything else. Because you rely on those referrals, you rely on the applications you send out through agencies, but it's very hard. Look at me, I've been sitting at home. It's almost 2 years now. I've been sitting at home. And yet, you'd think I was like the dumb ass of Teleperformance. You'd think I didn't do anything. Meanwhile, I was standing in for supervisors. I was holding management jobs. I made things better. And look at how I got treated. So if you get something, and I even saved my friend Bhavna Taylor's family this way, because her husband had gotten diabetes and he couldn't get work. And she told me, Belinda, they're going to demote me. They're going to put me in a lower salary bracket, and I'm not sure about staying in the job. I said to her, Bhavna, with these people, they're not like us. The whites are not like us. I said to her, if I was you, I would just stay in that job, take that demotion. It's not nice, but just take it, and at least you got an income, and you can always look for something else internally. And that's what you have to do. If you come here from Africa or England, or even if you're in England, England's becoming like that now. You just have to take whatever else they're offering you, because it becomes very, very difficult. It becomes very hard, and you don't know also how the economy is going to change. You don't know what is going to come up. Many people are leaving here to go to America, because the Americans, their economy is growing, and there's more good paid jobs there compared to here. So people are leaving. So that's another point that I would make. And also in terms of dress, like they're all well paid, right? So they got all the money. Many of them have sat in ivory towers for years. They've never had to go out and register with employment agencies, or go knocking on doors, or go door to door dropping off resumes. They've sat in their jobs for 20 years, 25 years. They've never had to deal with unemployment. So when you dress, when you go to work, make sure that you're presentable. Like, you don't have to dress up like to the nines, but make sure that you look nice. Don't go with like torn jeans and all that, because it doesn't help. And Teleperformance is the worst company. I hope I don't have to go back there. It's like you a teenager. They have lockers. you're going to work in the morning, you have to lock all your stuff in the locker, and then you have to go onto the floor and work. Then when you have your break, your 15-minute break, by the time everybody gets in there, to even get your stuff out of the locker, the 15 minutes is gone. Because everybody is waiting to get their stuff out of the locker. Then when you're going home, you have to take your stuff out of the locker. It's like prison. Yes, it's like prison, working in the call center. It's one of the worst jobs that I've had. So anyway, those are the things I would recommend if you're starting a new job. And also, because every job you go, you have to build credibility, because the managers you worked with in the past are not going to be in your new company. So imagine, for me, since I've come to Canada, this is what I have to do. So you have to build your credibility. You have to prove to them that you're telling the truth. You have to prove to them, even when you're sick. I used to keep in touch with my supervisors on a daily basis. That's why they became like my friends, because even if I was sick, they were staying in touch with me. They were contacting me to say, "Oh, Belinda, are you okay? How are you feeling today? Did you go to the doctor? Did you go out? Did you take a walk?" So you have to keep in touch with your managers on a daily basis. Even if you're sick, message them. If they're good managers, they'll message you. They'll contact you to see how you are, if you're okay. Did you go out? Did you go to your church? Because they know that I go to the church next door. So they used to check and they used to say, "Did you go to church?" Because that also used to help me. So you have to build your credibility. Don't assume that they're going to think the best of you. More likely than not, they're going to think the worst of you. And you have to prove to them that you're the best of the best. So imagine how hard it was for me, because I've had no stable jobs here. I had 4 years at TD when I came into the country, and then I had 3 to 6 months of contract work. Some years I didn't even earn $200 a year, like this 2025. I only worked one day at the elections. And every day I go on the internet, I apply for jobs, I've registered with agencies, I reach out to my managers, I ask for referrals, I go door to door, knocking on doors, asking if anybody's got any admin work. I registered with agencies. So imagine how hard it is just to get that one job. And even the proposals I sent out for my John Maxwell, I've sent out 39 just in North America, just in Canada. That's excluding the proposals I sent out to the schools in Zimbabwe, in England. I contacted all the Jesuit schools in England. I contacted Jesuit schools in America. I contacted the Catholic Archdiocese, Catholic District School Board here. So imagine, just to get that one job, this is the amount of work it takes. When the students are like, "Oh, but for us it was easy," I said, "Oh, I don't know how it's so easy for you." All the Indian students coming here. I said, "I don't know how it's so easy for you, because for me, it's very, very hard." And for my music, I contacted restaurants, I contacted there's all these shops here that they sell instruments and they have music lessons and all that. I contacted all of them. I sent my resume to all of them in my area. And even for the summer camp jobs with the children, and I see the adverts in the windows, I go in there and I talk to them. And I say, "Oh, are you hiring?" And they're like, "Yeah, drop off your resume." I never hear back. So this is the lengths you have to go to just to get one job. And that job doesn't even pay you enough to cover your rent, your electricity, your food, just to get that. So if you're coming here from Africa, from England, from wherever, don't think that you're coming to a better life. It's not the way it looks from the outside. It's not. I have had lots of friends who came here from Ireland. They hated it. They're like, "You're staying here." I said, "What choice do I have? Do you have a job for me in Ireland?" They all left. They're like, "This is crap." We worked together at Future Shop for the Christmas period. I worked with people at Future Shop, at the Bay, and they always tell you, oh yeah, it's going to be till after Christmas. We're going to hire you for seasonal work from October until after Christmas. And then they let you go right on the 24th. So imagine how disheartening it is. Right before Christmas Day, they let you go. They don't care. It's only about the profit to them. Now the Bay went into receivership. When I tell them how you treat your employees matters, how you treat your volunteers matter, they don't care. So I stopped telling them. So that's what I tell everybody now when they come to me. They come to me for mentoring, they come to me for adjusting to Canada. That's what I tell them. I say, just do whatever they tell you to do. Don't do anything more. Sometimes you want to impress them, you want to go above and beyond so that they can say, oh wow, look what this person did for us. She didn't have to do it for us. They take it the wrong way. They don't like it. Don't do anything above and beyond what they're asking you to do. Don't do it. They don't like it here. In Africa, they like it. In England, in Europe, they like it. They're like, oh wow, you did that for me. Wow, that's so nice. Yeah, they don't like it. Don't do it. So this is what they say when they talk about cultural differences. And the more you can promote yourself, the better. The more selfies you can take, the more videos you can do, the more you can show your accomplishments, show what you've done, the better for you in this culture. In other cultures, they don't like it. They want other people to talk about how well you did and what you did and who you did it for. But here in North America, you have to self-promote. And the more you can self-promote, the better. The more you can show them that you were taking courses, you were, whatever you were doing. Like I showed you how I did my painting, my embroidery, taking photographs. The more you can show them that you were doing things to better yourself and to self-improve and to help others, the better it is. Because nobody's going to promote you. Okay, Father Larry tried for me. He tried to get me into a position in the church. He tried to get me into a position with him. But even then, he couldn't get the support. So you have to self-promote. You have to talk about your accomplishments. You have to talk about what you did, what you can help others with, how it's going to benefit them, how it's going to benefit their company, how it's going to benefit their family. That's what you have to do. And even doing all that, you might land up like me in receivership. You might land up with being completely broke. You can do all the right things and they still let you go. They still don't keep you. In banking, in hospitals, in education, in healthcare, in the church. So you have to be prepared for that. Now, there's a lot of people that come here and they don't like it. They go back to Australia, to Ireland, to England. Even me, within the first year, I said to them, please transfer me back. I want to go back to England. And then they said no. So I made the most of it. And also the food here is tasteless. The food is pumped with all kinds of preservatives and vitamins and even like corn syrup. There's a lot of corn syrup in things, in the cereal, in the bread. It makes you want to eat more and more and more. So you have to try to, if you are blessed and you have a good job, you have to try to buy more like fruits and vegetables and buy things like from your butchery. And now the prices are just about the same. Before, if you used to go to the local butchery, it used to cost more. It used to be almost double because you were buying from local produce. But now the prices are just about the same. So if you can support like the local farmers markets, the local butcheries, you're also getting fresher products that way. So those are some of the tips that I give people when I mentor them. Usually I meet them in my home because otherwise you have to go to a coffee shop or something. So usually I meet them in my home and I set up the meetings with them. And this is what I tell them. And if somebody refers you to something and you can do it, then do it. Because like for me, the Indian community here didn't help me. The Goan community here didn't help me. It was my friends, my colored friends. It was Jo Orak from South Africa. She recommended me for the John Maxwell speaking. And my colored friends who have gone through what I've gone through in Canada, in Holland, in England, we talk to each other and we help each other. It's not the Goan community. The Goan community don't do anything for me. They don't help. They don't help whatsoever. It was all my colored friends, all my school friends that I grew up with. They're the ones who understand the discrimination that I'm going through. So that's how I do it, because then we help each other, we learn from each other, and we all get treated the same way. They don't appreciate us, they don't value us. We can have the same qualifications as someone who's white, and we won't get that job. And then you get awful text messages like the ones I got and reported to the police, saying they want to have anal sex with you. I mean, it's disgusting. It's awful. So anyway, that's why I send those messages to the black leaders, because we also need them to stand up for us, the people who are here, who are doing the work. Because it's awful. They're promoting slavery, they're promoting prostitution. Even people that go to India or they go to Dubai, they get there and they find out actually they're being trafficked. So it's awful. It's awful. I hope this new year is going to be a better year for everybody, and especially for me. I've sure earned it. I've earned it. That I don't usually complain and tell people about how awful it is, but this is what it's been like for me since I came to Canada. And even when we had that launch of that one campaign in Montreal, I told Susan Granville, I said to her, you have to ask Bono to pay for the ticket, because if he doesn't pay for it, I can't come. I have nothing. I had no money, and it's an awful way to live. It's an awful way to live when you have to ask people to send you money. It's awful. It's like living in Canada is like living through the Great Depression. That's what it's like. You have to take electricity support, you have to be open to using food banks, you have to be open to begging, and every time you go to the shops, the prices have doubled. So they're building lots of houses, but who's going to live in those houses? I don't know, because there's no jobs. There's no jobs. There's no jobs in education, there's no jobs in healthcare, there's no jobs in anything that we can use our skills for. There's no jobs. So, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. But it's awful. It's very, very sad. But those are the things that I did to help me to be successful. And those are the things that I do. And I hop on calls, I join webinars, I keep improving myself, because that's the only way I can sell my skills to employers. That's the only way I can do it. Because otherwise it's like, oh, what did you do? You're at home for 2 years. What did you do? You must have been causing trouble. Why didn't they keep you in the job? It's a big company. Why didn't they transfer you to South Africa or somewhere else? That's what people ask me when TD laid me off. Oh, it's such a big company. Why didn't they transfer you to America or Singapore or Hong Kong? You can't have been that great a worker, could you? And yet they know how bad things are. They know that when they cut the costs, they cut the heads first. They cut the salaries first. Instead of looking after the people, like in England, the first thing they do is they cut back on the staff. And then they expect the economy to grow. They expect people to have good values. They expect families to flourish. They expect families to give money to the church. They expect you to keep healthy, when these are the conditions they're creating. So I push back for the black leaders. I push back because I know what they went through, and I know what I went through. I cried. When my mother told me, don't come back to Zimbabwe, I cried. I cried. I didn't want to come to this country. I didn't. So that US dollar is now, the Zimbabwe dollar is now 25 to 1 to the US. I hope they get it back to par. My dream will come true. I'm pushing for Zimbabwe. I'm pushing, and if I'm blessed enough to get a steady job, when I retire, I'll leave this country. I'll pack up and I'll go back to Zimbabwe, because I'm tired of being treated like I'm an animal. I'm tired of it. You never have enough money to get new glasses. You never have enough money to get your dental care done. You don't have enough money to do anything. You turned into a beggar on welfare in this country. That's what it is. And even those Jimmy Carter and all that Carter Foundation, they're supposed to be building affordable housing. Even that affordable housing, you have to earn at least $70,000 a year to buy one of those affordable units. So how is it affordable? How? That's how it is. That's what I did to become successful in this country. And the financial piece has always been missing for me. Always. Even today, I gave $5 to the church at Mass. When I give, sometimes I don't use their envelopes. I don't claim the tax anyway, the benefits. But that's from the family. I didn't earn a penny of the money that was coming in this year. Not one penny. And you know what? It's disgusting. It's an awful way to live. It's very, very sad. That's what I say. After all the people I've mentored, the people I've helped, the way I've partnered with people in the church, with Bono, with U2, with the One Campaign, after all that, to land up in this position, it's very sad. But if you take those things that I suggested, and the things I've done, and the things I've told others to do when I mentored them, you will be successful. All those girls I mentored are still at Teleperformance. And all of them, just like me, they said, when we get another job, we're leaving. This company is awful. And you know what? I agree with them, 100%.